3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2,
1,
1,
1,
1,
1,
3, 3, 2,
to the stars to buy candy bars. That's the
kid
old
with a
neck for invention.
Okay, welcome back to Stacked.
Supersonic minds.
Stacked. What is this after? Yeah, this is after hours.
That was your decision.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
No, not unfortunately, because a lot of
shit's happened.
A lot of shit's happened.
Why?
We've been gone for a while.
Moved in with his brothers.
Blue Dolphin burned. Stack Podcast burned down. It's gone. No, it's not gone. It's back. Yeah. So we're back. A lot of shit has happened. Mostly my fault.
Yes.
Because I got a job that required me to be gone a lot. I work at America's Got Talent. I am now the new host. No, I'm
Terry Crews would be proud.
Talent wrangler.
I'm a talent wrangler. I'm a contestant assistant. I hang out with all the contestants you see on that lovely show. Let them. I give them their hot milk and cookies. I tuck them in.
Take them to the yard.
Yeah, because you don't know this. Like when they get off stage, their like holding area, like their green room, basically, is just like a big line of beds.
Why do you make them sound like
a
they're
bunker?
cattle?
No, they're not. They're like they're people. But no, but we tuck them into bed. There's like a big room, long line of beds.
It's like the army.
No, it's I'd say it's more like you ever seen that episode of Popeye with all of his nieces and nephews?
No.
There's
What?
like,
Can you find a more modern reference?
you never seen
Grandpa.
that? I'm trying to think of a more modern reference.
Like in Starship Troopers, where they're like...
No, because they're not soldiers. They're more like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's what I've been doing. Working like 10 to 14 hour days every day. So we just haven't had time to, sit down, talk about movies, and more specifically, time for me to edit podcasts because it takes a long time. But yeah, sorry, I'm burping because I had canes for lunch. It's 5 p.m. right now. I had it like 3 hours ago. It tasted like canes, so that's why I'm saying that. So guys, I said what I've been up to. What have you been up to, Brandon? You're smiling. I'm looking at you right now.
I'm having a lovely life right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, mostly on the movie front. I updated my living room. So that it's more cozy and that I can watch movies at all times of the day. But, at times of the day when I need light, I can open those curtains if necessary.
So, okay. So for those of you who don't know, Brandon kind of lives like a vampire.
I do not.
No, you do, because I've lived with you for 2 years. His room used to have. Do they still? That's what I'm asking. Do they still? Are the blackout curtains permanently in the living room, or did you buy more?
No, they're permanently in there.
So your room has light in it.
Yeah.
Because Brandon used to have blackout curtains in his room, and when I would go wake him up in the morning, bring him breakfast,
give me a kiss.
Bring him a kiss.
Bring him a kiss.
Yeah, bring him a kiss.
Hershey kiss.
Oh, bring him Hershey kiss.
Sorry.
He would just be laying there, just in pure darkness, watching baseball or whatever, or Doctor Who video essays. But now he has light. And I just want to ask,
yeah,
how has that affected your sleep schedule?
Well,
has it?
Well, I think the best thing about it is, now I feel like I wake up earlier. But the problem with that is sometimes if I have a really late shift and then I get home from work, and
you don't want to wake up.
I don't want to wake up that early. But on days where I have to open, it's so much easier to wake up because I wake up before my alarm, and I hate waking up with my alarm. I don't know about you guys, but it's
I don't think I've ever woken up to my alarm. I always wake up before it.
Yeah, because it's just in case of emergency sort of thing.
My anxiety to hear that alarm trumps my desire, my desire to sleep more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's good.
So you've been doing that for 2 months?
No, not for 2 months.
It's been a 2-month job to set up this.
No. No, I overall I want to make the space more cozy, and then my room we moved the beanbag out there, so now there's more room in my room for.
Oh, so you're saying like with the beanbag in there, it like wasn't really.
I mean, we used it.
I know, but it was kind of annoying. Like it
No,
didn't,
I didn't.
no, it didn't fit.
No,
right?
it did fit. I just think
It just fit.
no, it just fit.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
I think that's a fair assessment.
No, I think it. Okay, it fit.
It squeezed fit.
But did people then fit in the room? Were they able to walk around?
Yeah. You could walk around because you opened the closet door. No, but you had to move it.
You have to get into your closet.
I just want to
so
say
that means it didn't fit.
No,
Evelyn is grinning like crazy
Yeah,
right now.
Evelyn is here. Welcome to the show, Evelyn. I think it's your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask
we
you.
celebrated our 1 year. That was
Congratulations,
Thank you.
by the way.
Congratulations. But enough of that. I need to get back to that. Because you are a third party who, you have no skin in this game. You have no pride over Brandon's room. Maybe you do. I don't know. Did it fit? Did the beanbag fit?
It was like tight, and I mean, it like fit in like the only empty spot that was in the room.
Exactly, where you needed to walk.
Yeah.
So that means it didn't fit.
No, it did fit.
No, it didn't.
It fit.
It was like squeezed in between like the wall and the bed frame.
It worked.
No.
Yes, it did.
No.
You love walking on top of the thing.
You had to walk on top of it. That means it didn't fit. Oh my god. Anyways,
Yeah.
Really nice.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So now it's in the living room.
Yeah. It's right by the couch and the ottoman, which doubles up.
Wait, it's right by it.
Yeah.
So does it fit in the living room?
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Does it fit?
It's like the ottoman is like all the way next to the couch that's against
So
the
now
window.
it's like pushed over there.
Yeah, there's
and
like
then
a little gap in between.
Oh, okay.
And then now it's the beanbag.
And then beanbag's on the left side.
Yeah,
Or-
it doesn't block the door to get into the house or anything.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It worked
where
out.
that's kind of where it was
For the other beanbag.
for the other beanbag.
Which I preferred that other beanbag, but I can't deny family, you know.
Because this,
Yeah, you
actually, this
can.
one's like a really big beanbag. Because usually beanbags are just like circular.
Uh-huh.
Circular. This one's oval, so it's like
Ovular.
ovular. It's long.
Ovulating. Anyways,
What? So ovulating, huh?
Chris,
Yeah.
Brandon's been playing with a beanbag and setting up curtains for 2 months. What have you been
I
doing?
have not just been doing that.
Oh man. I mean, well, big thing for Ethan and I, as well as our fellow roommates now, Justin, Joey, Tori. We live together now.
Yeah.
Within these 2 months, we have officially made that big transition. We all live together in North Hollywood now. We got a beautiful house. We love it here.
Yes, we got a beautiful little townhome.
Yeah, it's so sweet. I love this place.
And that's where we're recording from right now.
Yeah, this is. Oh yeah.
Also, we should say that from now on, this is gonna be the setup.
I guess so.
This is where now that Chris and I live together. Well, we lived together before, but now now we have like a nice space to settle down. I thought it was time to say goodbye to Discord. For the majority of the time, if there's like a emergency or something, like something's not gonna work out, we can obviously go there. But yeah, I'm gonna force Brandon to drive 40 minutes once a week, which I'm sure he's excited about, right? Because you love this show.
I do love this show. I really love.
And you love us, right? Don't you want to see us?
Yeah. It's a bit pricey, but
Well, here. How about this? If we ever make money off this show,
I get.
you can get gas comp for the drive.
Awesome.
There you go.
Once you become an official employee of Stacked.
Official co-creator, sir.
Yeah, but you don't get paid for it.
Yeah, I get paid in admiration from my friends.
Do you really get admiration for this podcast?
I do, actually.
Lucky.
Well, you never share with your coworkers that you have a little podcast that you have with friends?
Well, I mean,
Do they ever listen to it?
I
Do you cross?
I've told them about it, but then I've never recorded the podcast.
Oh.
So no new episodes have ever come out while I've worked with my new employee. Not my employees, my coworkers.
My associates at work, they always are like, oh, like, where's your like podcast? Like, how's it going? And then they're like, I listened to this episode and it was really fun. You guys are really funny.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
like,
That's never happened to me.
well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. We'll see. We're gonna start uploading regularly now.
Yeah.
Now that they all know me and follow me and stuff. We'll see what they think. If you're listening, you know, my fellow AGT coworkers, let me know what you think of this episode. Let me know. But yeah, what else, Chris?
One other big thing that I've done is I shot a film. I directed a short film.
Yes.
And I shot another film. Yeah, so I've been working on this film for a little bit since like basically the summer.
Right.
And yeah, it's come to fruition. We're in post-production now. Like I was actually just watching a cut of the film last night and this morning, and just giving my editor notes. And I also shot another film. And you know, hopefully I'll talk more about these projects when you know, they're reaching the end of their post-production pipeline. And then I don't know, maybe I'll just shout it out so that people, if anyone's interested, they can maybe, I don't know, maybe we can link it somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, everything's really fun. Directing is tiring and emotionally and physically, but it's very rewarding, which is really nice. So yeah, that's basically what I've been up to. And you know, in the lead up to the holidays, my family's coming to town, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, I'm in a good place right now because the stress of production has lightened off because I'm done shooting and directing for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so now I'm just kind of relaxing, chilling, working on this film, but then other than that, just hanging out, which I've got no complaints about. And seeing movies again. My God, I slowed the hell down.
I watched nothing between the strike and working on AGT. Like I had no time to ever watch movies.
Yeah.
Since like September, you know, and it feels amazing to be watching movies again. You know, I'm so close to finishing all the Best Picture winners that Brandon has loaned me. That was a high five for all your listeners. Or Brandon
smacked my butt.
No, come on. He smacked my butt. Maybe once I finish.
As a celebration?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I get it? Okay. She gave a thumbs up. That's all I needed. But yeah, I'm chugging my way through those. I've been watching a lot of 2023 releases. I've seen like 75 at this point in the year.
Less than last year.
Well, I mean, the year's not over, man.
You only got a limited amount of time left.
And I'll do it, okay?
I'm sorry.
Well, because less movies have come out this
year. That
year.
is true. I've also noticed that.
But I will say, and this might be my biggest hot take. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not, because actually people agree with me. But I've seen a lot of people say the opposite. I think this has been a fucking fantastic year for film.
It's all right.
Oh, I think it's
been a good year.
It's been a good year.
I can't believe how many 4.5s and up I've given on Letterboxd to 2023 films. I've given like...
You're very stingy.
Yeah, I am a very stingy guy when it comes to that. I'm very cautious when it comes to giving something such a high rating. What?
Nothing.
Recency bias. I don't know.
No. I don't know, because I've rewatched them too, and they still stick.
Mario really stood up, huh?
Yes, that movie I could throw on whenever, and
it's your comfort movie.
It is such a good comfort movie. Let's see, what notable films have I watched since?
Go to your diary.
That's crazy that you have 2 superhero movies in your top 10 of the year. I have 0.
I have 0. Oh no, I have 1. Spider-Verse.
Oh, they've been good. They were good. I don't know what to say. Let's see.
I have 0. For the
you have 0?
It's the first time in like...
Everybody clap. He has 0. Everybody clap.
I think this is the first time.
That was weird because you all clapped at the like
exact same beat. Yeah.
They're gonna be like, there was just one person clapping. One big guy.
Let's see. What have I watched?
Yeah, what have you watched? I don't want to steal your thunder.
Okay. I'm only gonna talk about 2023 films right now. The best film that I've watched since well, I don't know, because we're gonna do a best of the year episode. So I'm not gonna like go into detail in these because I'll probably talk about.
No, yeah. Let's just breeze through what we.
Okay.
Liked.
What I absolutely adored, The Holdovers. Oh my god.
Yeah, that movie's really good.
I'm gonna rewatch that movie next week at some point. I don't know, but that is like that talk about a comfort film, but also just like just a really like well-made film about just like issues that I don't know that are really that I care about a lot, you know. And it's cozy. The soundtrack's amazing. The performances are amazing. That kid, his first
role
role ever. He
At least
crushed
feature,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. And Paul Giamatti with his lazy eye. Great.
Which eye are you supposed to look at?
That's a spoiler. I can't tell you.
It ends up being the one you don't think.
Hey, come on, don't say that. Don't want to spoil it, right? But go see that movie if you haven't. Priscilla. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I love Sofia Coppola. She's probably in my top 5 favorite directors.
It blows my mind that it's in my top. That's my top 3 for the year.
Why? It's good.
Because I would expect that from you.
Okay.
Because you love Coppola.
Yeah.
But I've only seen one other Coppola movie, and I was perfectly whelmed by it. But Priscilla I thought was beautiful. I remember when I walked in that movie, like I don't know much of anything about Elvis other than a few of his songs and the fact that my grandma was a big fan of his growing up. So I got to like enjoy some of his music with her. But then seeing, especially like, I mean, maybe you guys can speak on this better because I didn't see Elvis from last year.
Oh, yeah.
But that's such an interesting companion piece considering they're
I wish
just
they
a year
intermixed
apart.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish they had like a cut of that movie which like mixed their life with just to because it would be the most batshit thing ever.
It's literally a 180 from Elvis.
Yeah.
Which I think is like incredible. Like
I think it shows the strength of the filmmakers can do that.
Yeah.
You know, because you know there's always allegations about how film like people will capitalize on like a specific topic or like storyline.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like it's kind of a basic one, but like White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
2 action movies about the White House getting like besieged.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like that happened at the very same time or like within like a few months or a year of each other, right?
It was the same year.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
same with like Dante's Peak and in what was it called?
Towering Inferno.
No, that's there was I think it was Dante's Inferno.
Dante's Inferno. That's
no, Dante's Peak and Volcano or something. There were 2
volcano
volcano movies.
Yeah, whatever.
But like with those, it was like, oh well, they're very similar stylistically.
Brandon's COVID.
No, I don't. And then with this, you just have very different styles, very different focuses, but on the same subject, which is Elvis. And it's so different, and that shows the uniquity of the film medium.
But I also, I don't know. I just
because it's not about Elvis.
No, it's about Priscilla. The movie's called Priscilla.
Yeah,
but like, it was just so amazing to see Sofia Coppola like back, like she was in her fucking element in this movie. It's been a while since I've seen that from her, and I was just like, I was taken back to like when I watched Virgin Suicides for the first time, or Marie Antoinette, or Lost in Translation, where she's able to capture. Oh yeah, Joey's nodding. He's like, yeah, man, yeah, look at it. Shout out to our sound mixer, Joey, friend of the show as well. He's laying on the couch. He's comfy. He's cozy. He's having a good time.
Doesn't look like him.
What do you mean? He's smiling.
I'm having a wonderful time. It's like watching it live.
Yeah,
it's cool.
So, but that means, you're still gonna listen to it later, right?
Yeah, of course.
Give us the views.
You can just, if you want, you can just like put it on and then like leave the room.
No, I keep stacked on like a very quiet volume underneath my pillow every night.
So you can't hear it? If it's under your pillow, how's it gonna?
Well,
it's very soft. Yeah, it sounds like we're in the next room over.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we're
noise.
recording.
Yeah.
That's how it was before when we lived together. But you know.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's also great. I don't think we've ever mentioned this, but we've all lived together at some point.
Yes,
Yeah.
each of the stacked guys have lived together at some point. Never 3 of us together.
No.
That
Which
house
is
would
why,
implode.
Brandon, I'm inviting you to move into our place because we're kicking out Justin pretty soon.
Why?
No.
Why? What did he do?
What didn't he do?
Did he buy you know what?
A gun? No. That's just a joke, everybody. We love Justin. He's upstairs. I wish he was down here, but he's working.
He's bringing
But-
home the bacon.
Anyways, back to Priscilla.
Sorry.
What I love the most about Sofia Coppola is that she, better than any other director in the history of cinema, is able to capture the the concept of being a resilient person, of like taking in all this shit from the world, from men, you know, like specifically in her films, from men, and having to like just keep pushing forward, and there's you know, her movies are so they're so quiet, they're so perfectly constructed, but you can tell that there is another emotion always boiling underneath the frame. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's anger, sadness, desire, you know, some sort of desire, and it's just like it's so inspirational. Like, honestly, like if I ever be making films, I'm gonna be, you know, she's gonna be one of my
when Letterboxd asks you who's your top 4, does she make it?
No, none of her movies make my top 4. But if they ask me my top 4 favorite directors, I'm saying Hayao Miyazaki, Sofia Coppola, John Carpenter,
Joey Jordan,
Christopher Lee.
That's 5.
That's okay. I don't know how to count.
All right, you can cut me out.
Yeah, he only directed.
That's
one
true.
thing.
I'll shout him out as cinematographers. Anyways, Priscilla and Holdovers, my favorite newest movies that have come out since in the fall season. I guess we can talk about fall season movies,
Yeah,
you know?
I think so.
Do you guys got any good ones?
Yeah,
that
I
want
to throw a few. I just want to. This one is. I just want to throw this out there as a movie night that we did. Wild Things. That was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost Art.
Yeah, I remember when it first started, and the movie's like general concept first kind of came to light. I remember being like, "Oh, this is dicey. Like this could get really bad if they don't play their cards right."
Yeah.
But then eventually, it's like, "Oh, wait a minute! It's like twist on twist on twist," and by the end of the film, it kind of like, I think for some it can be like it's too much, and it's and it does kind of steep into this point of ridiculousness.
Campiness.
Yeah, it's almost like what are you guys even doing at this point?
Yeah.
But like nonetheless, I still had so much fun with it. Because even when, by the end, I was like, okay, I'm kind of checked out narratively. But in terms of, like, just having fun with the movie, I was having nothing but fun.
It's a blast.
Yeah, that was such a fun movie.
That movie is, like, the best way for me to sell it to you guys. If you're listening and you haven't heard about it, which is probably true.
Most people haven't.
It's a very underseen film. It's the Dear Sister...
Sketch from SNL.
But extended into an entire film. Now, I'm not saying everyone dies all the time, but that sort of energy, that vibe, you know.
And it's aware of that. Like, it's aware of it.
You can tell it's aware of it.
If it wasn't aware of it, I don't think it would be as fun to watch.
No.
It's aware of it, but it doesn't play too hard into being aware of it,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. Because then that would just be like,
annoying.
All right, we get it. You know,
Yeah.
like...
Well,
yeah, that's a good one.
I want to throw in this real quick. Ethan and I were fortunate enough to go see.
No, we can't say that. Well, I mean, we can say.
We can say, but we can't say
okay,
what anything else.
We can just say that we've seen it.
Ethan and I were very fortunate. We went. This happened because I went to the AMC Burbank, and I picked. There was a guy handing out these like flyers, and he was just like, "Oh, you guys like horror movies?" And then
you gotta be very careful.
And then
Chris.
And then I said, "Oh yeah, I love horror movies." And he said, "Oh well, you know, I work for Universal, and we have this movie coming out, and we're looking for folks to do for a pre-screening." And we went, and I got Ethan to come on board with us, and we went to go see.
Report them.
Am I allowed to say the title?
Yeah,
surely I can say.
I mean, we said that we saw it on Letterboxd.
Okay.
We can say we saw the new Nosferatu.
Yeah, we saw Eggers' Nosferatu. Right, Joey's outing us to Universal.
Yeah.
Okay, we cannot say anything more than that because Ethan and I did sign an NDA.
We just saw it.
We saw it.
Look at me. Look at me and nod your head.
Here I am.
Yeah, we saw it. That's it. Just want to put that out there as like a fun thing that we got to do just because we live in LA and that's awesome.
That's the best thing about living here.
Okay, you know, they just announced the release date for that movie.
Christmas.
Oh, yes.
It's coming out Christmas 2024.
Really? They need that much more time?
well, we can't speak to the movie, but yes.
Okay, well.
But
and it's going up
dude,
against
Jordan Peele's next film.
Oh my god! Wait, and it's also isn't it?
it's also going up against Sonic 3.
Yes.
No, Sonic 3 is coming out on the 20th.
That's basically
But
Christmas.
Man.
Jordan Peele's film and Nosferatu are coming out the same day. I am so excited to have a horror-filled Christmas.
That's
going to be such a fun Christmas.
Yeah, that sounds great. A double horror.
If you make it.
That's gonna be great.
What?
She ain't gonna make it.
What? Why? I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm gonna make it.
We'll see.
I got boxes full of peppers.
All right, one last one, and then I'll hand it to Brandon to give us something.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
No. Killers of the Flower Moon. We haven't talked about this yet.
Oh,
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
Not
damn
that
good
long.
movie. I mean, like, I didn't know anything about this movie going in other than the cast and the fact that it was directed by Scorsese. And I came away like really loving it. I don't think it's necessarily a perfect movie. I know that there are a lot of people who hold this as one of Scorsese's greatest works. I think it's extremely good, and I have a lot of appreciation for it. I think it's very important. It's just not my favorite of his works. But man, like, talk about like those three. What is it? 3 hours or 3.5?
I think it's 3.5.
Yeah,
It felt
is
its
it
length.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
To me,
long.
it felt its length.
Yeah,
But
it felt it's like
that doesn't.
It could have been longer.
I mean,
I think it could have been longer too. I thought it was great. And
I thought we
it-
had the same feelings on it.
I guess not.
I mean, we have the same letterbox score. Doesn't mean
We all three of us do.
Yeah.
We all give it a 4.
A nice
Solid
Which
4.
means we all hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to Joey.
According to Joey, he's so mean.
Yeah.
So good.
It's so good. No, it's great.
It is good.
It's a great
good
film.
movie.
I just
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't like it. No. No, it's a great film. It is a tragic film. It is a hilarious film too, which
Yes,
is weird to say.
some great jokes.
Like, it is so devastating, but it's also like one of his funniest films yet.
And
which
it's
is
not
weird.
like the audience was misinterpreting
No.
jokes.
No, it was purposefully fucking
It's
funny.
not like when we went to Ikaru and people were laughing.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, there was one dude who like laughed at like just in this very like somber moment in the film.
Yeah, like he's talking to the girl at the diner,
Right.
and she's bringing up he brought up the mummy thing, and the guy was like, we were like,
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a joke though.
No, it wasn't.
That scene was
No, it was after
No, there
that.
was a different. Yeah, you're thinking of a different moment.
Okay.
There was a different moment that was like a very inappropriate. Like, but I think he thought it was.
He
a
read
joke.
the room wrong.
Yeah,
Really?
and he just
Yeah.
let out the biggest belly laugh, and nobody joined in.
If
It wasn't
listen,
funny.
if that guy listens to Stacked, stop.
He probably would be in our demographic.
What? Why? Are you saying losers listen to our show?
No, I'm just saying he's a film lover. If he's going to see Ikaru at the New Bev, like,
But laughing at it?
well, that was the only time. Well, there was a lot of laughter in that movie.
There's some like that's a big part of that movie is like happy moments.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And like the joy in life.
Sometimes.
There's some really joyous moments in that movie.
Sometimes.
I want to see Living. The remake. No.
All right, Brandon, what movies do you want to talk about that you've seen recently?
Well, I actually have been rewatching a lot of movies to.
Yeah, you've been doing your top 100.
I'm
Yes.
halfway through now, which is great. I mean, I started in late May, so it's like it took me a while to get here. But I wanted to space it out because I didn't want to just do rewatches.
totally.
But, I have been, busy with work and stuff like that. So I have been sort of splitting my time between that and television. And out of all of my top 100s, the stuff that has really like jumped for me,
What number are you on right now?
51.
51?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the ones that have just jumped up in ranking would probably be Broadcast News by James L. Brooks.
You people may know that for your video essay. No, wait.
No,
wait,
that's
did you do
that's network.
Shit,
Network.
sorry, wrong. Ow! Stop! I guess apparently if you get things wrong now on Stack, you get beat up
You
for
get
it.
slapped.
Jesus.
That's
Um,
fine.
Yeah, Broadcast News. That's a really good film.
Yeah, it is. And then what else? I rewatched Snowpiercer for the first time in a while, and I love that.
So
Shape
good.
of Water, I just rewatched. I raised that to a 5.
Ooh.
A very good movie.
Yes.
Somebody sitting beside me thought she was gonna hate it, and she loved it.
Literally, wasn't your review like made for
Made
me?
for me, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good
I
movie.
didn't think I was gonna hate it.
It's her
I just
sixth
don't like
favorite.
giving in.
You just don't
to
like
things he
giving in.
wants, Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But as for
Me
like,
neither, though.
oh yeah,
Well, I have a question about your top 100 Redux.
okay, go for
Tell
it.
us about the biggest downfall. Which is what's one that like completely fell off?
Woody Allen's Midnight in Paris.
Is it just because of Woody Allen? Or
No,
the movie itself
no,
is kind of
Yeah,
because-
I'm curious. Like, what did you think of it initially to make it a top 100, and then what has changed?
Well, have you seen the movie?
no, I haven't.
Okay, so it's a time travel movie.
Oh.
And it's like this writer who is like really into like romanticism and like the
I'm really
1800s.
into romanticism. Owen Wilson.
Yeah,
right?
it is. And like he is in Paris with his wife or fiance, and he's like, oh, I want to like do more than what we're doing, and then he goes on the town one night because his wife just wants to go home, goes to their hotel, and he gets picked up by this taxi cab, and he like time travels to like the 1800s and gets to talk to all these famous authors.
Wow.
But it plays like, the reason I thought it was a top 100 when I watched it, which was probably in 2012, 2013,
Oh damn.
was because I thought, well, this is like so magical, like to like, it's like a wish fulfillment sort of thing to see them talk philosophy with each other. But when you rewatch the movie, there's actually a lot of problematic things going on with the relationship and one-dimensional characters and stuff like that. And honestly, I hated Owen Wilson's character this time watching it. So
Really?
like that really
So-
dragged it down, since he's the main focus of the movie.
So this movie, because you madman, you rank every movie you've ever fucking seen.
yeah.
So where did it drop to?
Well,
So-
I see. Okay, so
Okay, what's the star rating drop?
it dropped from a 5 to a 3.
Oh.
That's big.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
huge.
that
a
is-
big drop.
That's the
Oh.
biggest drop. That's-
Yeah, that might be the biggest drop I've ever
because
heard about it.
every other movie that has fallen out, because I'm doing a private list on Letterboxd, re-ranking it, and then once we get to the point where I've like finished
Finished
it,
it,
then
then
I
you
can
can-
rearrange it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with that one, it will fall a lot. It'll
Yeah.
probably fall like
It'll
1,000, 2,000 spots.
Damn.
2,000 spots.
That's crazy.
That
But
is crazy.
everything else is pretty much like, I would say so far out of the 50, like 45 of them are still top 100 worthy.
Good. Okay.
And then there's like 5 that I'm like,
What was I thinking?
well, not what was I thinking, more like, yeah, it's not as good as I thought it
Mm.
was. And I could definitely see that happening, but the higher I get, I think the less likely.
Yeah, because if they were in your top 50.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
they've
it's,
probably been
yeah,
in
I've
top
rewatched a lot of my top 20 like often.
Yeah.
So. But also it's kind of hard to sit down and watch like some 6-hour, 4-hour movies. Like I gotta watch The Human Condition 3 again. I gotta watch
Just 3?
well, 1 and 3.
What's that Italian movie?
You're-
like?
The Best of You.
You
That's
might
Love
as well
Not
watch
Sus-
2 as well. Why would you watch
Because I'm
one?
watching. Because I'm watching it in reverse order. I have to do it this way.
What? You don't have to.
I do. I'm gonna watch 3 first, and then I'm gonna end up having to watch 1 later. Just like I have to watch Empire first before I watch Star Wars. Yeah. But as far as that goes, it's a fun little project.
This Minion. Sorry, I've been drinking my Minion sipper, and the bottle cap doesn't hold on, so I just spilled water everywhere. I'm gonna go clean it up. Hold on. Keep talking.
I'll keep talking. But in terms of other movies, because it's not just like that I'm watching those. I'm watching new movies. So I watched Anatomy of a Fall.
Me too.
Adored that movie.
Yeah, is it your number one for the
It's
year?
my number 1 of the year. I think
Damn.
it's neck and if that won over Oppenheimer for Best Picture, I would be extremely satisfied, because Oppenheimer is the only other movie that is gonna get nominated for Best Picture in my top 10 right now,
And is likely gonna win.
and is likely gonna win. And I'm extremely happy if that wins. I think that movie's gorgeous and like a really good meditation on humanity and
Yeah.
like politics
And truth.
and truth, subjectivity again.
Yeah.
Wait, you're
Uh,
talking about Anatomy of Fall, not Oppenheimer.
Yeah, but both deal with that matter of subjectivity,
Yeah.
because like you have one story that is kind of dramatized in a lot of ways, but there's some historical record to it.
Yeah.
And then you've got Anatomy of a Fall, which really dissects like how humans react to tragedy and how often it is easier to jump to conclusions based on identity.
Right.
Because it's about identity politics and like where you come from as an outsider.
Yeah, and how you like how people like perceive each other without concrete facts.
Yeah, in and without the and as a audience member, you know more than the people who are judging this woman on trial, but you are not totally in the like you don't have everything. You're not like omnipotent.
Right, yeah. Because like there's
still question marks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like when I was watching the movie, I remember like in the first like maybe 30-ish minutes, I was thinking to myself like, okay, if I was like an investigator on this case, who would I guess it was? And then I was like, could be like was it actually her?
Yeah.
Was it this person? At one point I was like, was it the fucking dog?
Yeah.
Or yeah, and then but yeah, and then like throughout the,
wasn't
but then
even there.
No, it's valid. I'm just like, for someone who hasn't seen this movie, they're like, what? It wasn't a dog.
But like after like the first maybe 30 minutes, I started realizing like, wait a minute, like the person behind the mystery
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't fucking matter for the story, because it's like, and oftentimes I feel like a lot of these really great like murder mystery stuff, that's what elevates a story like that. And like, you know, I think an example that came to mind while I was watching the movie was Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder.
Yeah.
Because by the end, it doesn't matter who this guy is. It's about what this guy, the effect that these murders have had and
on the people.
Yeah. And in this film, the movie's about subjectivity. It's about, like you said, like the identity and how we view people, how we perceive people, and how biases arise because of that.
How information is
recontextualized and like taken out of context. And my God, the performances, the lead. There's that scene where I don't want to spoil it, but like a husband and wife having a big argument. Yeah, rawest argument I've seen in film.
But
in
it's
a long,
real.
long time.
But it's real though.
Yeah,
it feels so real.
It feels so like I was listening. I was like, I can imagine my mom and dad having this argument. And yeah,
shout out to Chris's mom and dad.
Yeah,
I wonder if they agree.
Probably.
That probably happened to them.
Yeah. No, my shout out to my dad. He adored Anatomy of the Fall. He loves that movie, and we talked about it the other day. And yeah, just sort of humans. I love the scene when the person who's watching, who's like been instructed by to watch the kid. Sorry, the woman who's like trying to watch the kid, and she tells him like, because he's unsure like most of the movie. Like what he
and he doesn't have sight.
He doesn't even know it's true.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, just tell the truth that what you believe in the most, you know, or the truth that makes the most sense to you, you know, and that just like that boils down to like how people, just experience life, and like we see these controversial sort of situations where people take sides, and people take a side because of what makes the most sense to them because of their own background history. You know, I mean, I feel like there's one very specific situation happening in the world where that's happening, you know, where people are taking a lot of their own emotions from history, from how they've perceived history, of a certain group. I don't know why I'm like dancing around the bush. What's happening in Palestine right now is fucking insane, and devastating, and it just it's really hard to watch all these people be so divided on something that is
human. It's like the war is like treated like it's like nobody's human.
Well, yeah, it is. It's like
very dehumanizing.
It's just a very dehumanizing situation overall, with such an insane like history, you know, like that just there, because the roots are deep in what's happening right now, And because I remember learning about what's been happening when I was like in 7th grade, you know, and now it's just come to a point where just like, you know, it's just been getting like, it just slowly over time, it's just been getting more and more violent. Now that we're just at this point where like the world, it's like impossible for the world to not be like have their complete attention on it right now, you know, but people are taking sides because of what makes sense to them and how they've lived, you know, and that's basically what Anatomy of the Fall is like, you know. It's just like
preconceived notions are
exactly.
You know, I watched this really cool video essay on subjectivity where it's just like, these kinds of movies, like, it's not really about you questioning what is real and what is not, or what, you know, what really happened. It's more questioning about like what is reality itself, you know. I'm not gonna say more because I think that video essay is on our channel by a really handsome guy. Like, he made it. I don't know, I think it's really neat. But yeah, that's a great movie, and I love Subjectivity. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
If I could like, I don't know, if I could like ever get into a field of film studies, that would be mine. Because I love talking about
Brandon pointed this out because anyone who doesn't know, I feel like everyone here does. When we were in college, we were all in film studies together, and we basically all took the same classes. Here and there, we split off for like certain genre studies classes and whatnot. But then by the time we got to our thesis level classes, we all noticed that we all kind of broke off into our own kind of specific disciplines. I don't know if discipline's the right word.
Yeah.
Specifically, like interests.
No, I think that disciplines are great.
Yeah. So Brandon got really into psychoanalysis. Ethan got into subjectivity, and I got into intersectionality.
Brandon got into psychoanalysis and politics, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I think that all of this stuff also just kind of stems from, also, Brandon, you were a double minor.
Yeah.
My cluster, quote unquote, was which was like a shortened minor.
Yeah.
Was on media and cultural studies, which is why I think intersectionality came into my world.
Because you're doing it with like different cultures.
Yeah, cultures and
backgrounds.
Yeah, and stuff like that, and like just how malleable this medium is.
What was your minor, Ethan?
Well, did you do a minor or did you do a cluster?
No, my minor was digital journalism. So it was like...
What does that have to do with subjectivity? Oh.
Hey,
no, wait.
Could be many a thing.
Because if you're...
No, yeah,
let me tell you about your minor.
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't really know.
No, because
tell me.
With digital journalism, right, you're having all these subjective points of view being...
Yeah, that's
because journalism nowadays is
extremely
shifting to that.
Yeah.
Sort of like partisan political beliefs.
And like media has a huge role in determining what truth is to a populace.
No matter what you like your beliefs are, it's just like, I think it's becoming a fact that that's how news broadcasts are.
Yeah.
That's part of what mine was about.
Yeah.
But mine was more so like psychoanalyzing like people and how they operate on like the most minute level possible, and that could be done through subjectivity and intersectionality. But
shit, look at us, guys.
All three of us are connected in
that's
that way.
Character development right there.
Yeah, look at us, film studies.
My other movie that I wanted to talk about,
yeah.
I know you guys haven't seen it, and you don't care about it, Ethan, and you probably don't care about it.
Let's hear it.
Is the new Hunger Games movie.
I don't care about it, but
yeah, no, we're not.
Do
tell. Tell me about it, because I've been hearing a lot of people loved it.
I think, and here's what I've said. We talked about it a little bit on a few episodes back on our world building episode.
Oh yeah, we did.
Where I thought it was one of the best examples of world building in film, because you're taking a dystopian society, but everybody wants to focus, I think, whether or not it's right or not, on the action behind the Hunger Games.
Sure.
That's the idea.
And how hungry they are.
And how hungry they must be. No.
That's what I'm always focused. I'm like, damn, get this guy a burger. You know,
no, but on the same token, I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking this movie focuses less on the games than any of them.
Really?
It still has probably like a 45-minute segment devoted to the games, but there is another 2 hours of the movie that isn't really privy in the marketing material.
Really?
Like, it's separated into 3 acts, and the third act is kind of like a really, really long coda to the story.
Oh.
So if that interests you, that it interests me because not that I'm interested in the character of President Snow and how he became what he became, like I did think it was funny that there was a person sitting next to us when we went to go see the movie, and I heard him because he was with his girlfriend who obviously dragged him to the movie, and he was like first like 10 minutes into the movie he goes, "Is this a prequel?" And I was like, has this guy not seen a single like piece of marketing material? But I thought that was really funny to not go in with that context. But the movie is like more focused on the world than ever and about like how this world came to be and like why they are doing these games in the first place. Like that's the thesis. Like why throw kids in a ring to do this? And I think that's really intriguing because
that is politically, just like
there's a lot of politics going on. There's a lot of social stuff. And it also is focusing on how you can make them more entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it's about the fetishization of like violence in culture.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting. Now, unfortunately, that's where you could sort of get into like the issues of it being a young adult adaptation because you're kind of limited on what you can do. But on the same token, if we're gonna take film history into account, Code era Hollywood, that does give you more opportunities to show rather than like overtly show like violence,
right?
Like you don't need to show gore, you don't need to show like horrendous things happening to get what's going on.
You can imply, and that might work better.
That might work better. That some people say that about the new Nightmare Alley versus the old one.
Yeah.
So if you guys have a chance, I know it's not really like it's also really it's paced really well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. I know we complain about that with modern blockbusters, but it takes its time.
That's good.
And you might be like, well, that last third feels long because it's after the climax of the action.
Right.
But it's so interesting.
I think I'm gonna go see it.
You should.
And I think I'm gonna rewatch and finish the franchise too.
Because you never watched it.
I only watched the first two.
The second one's
like, and
great.
I don't think I've ever really until this movie came out. I haven't really like recognized that like this is a big franchise.
Oh,
cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, this is popular.
Yeah,
so I want to like I kind of want to stay in the loop.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to this.
We just started our rewatch. We just watched the first one, and I didn't love the first one. I think that's the weakest one. Still do. But that's only, I do love that it's like a cheap action movie. Like if you look at the budget of this thing, it's really, and also the font they used to like start it is like Times New Roman or something. It's like they
damn.
Or not even that.
Talk about a
non-serif,
movie.
not serif. No, I'm just saying it's cheap, right?
Yeah.
And that's refreshing in itself, but to see a blockbuster produced so cheaply but also be effective.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But I think politically speaking, there's a lot more that it focuses on there. And I think that's what you should pull from it rather than the whole games element and the action of it all.
Right.
Not that that's not impressive or cool. Check it out if you want.
Yeah. I want to throw one more thing in here.
Yeah.
One thing that's happened since the last time we did a recording is I finally have gotten to see 70 mil of films on 70 mil. I've seen 2 films at this point.
Yes.
Shout out to Joey for organizing these, and Joey's a big cinephile, especially when it comes to
film.
You may not know this.
You may not know.
Joey likes movies.
Joey likes movies.
He likes movies.
But Joey's been really keen about like going to the movies and checking out like films on film. So like we went to see Ikaru, which we mentioned a little bit ago on 35 mil. But Joey also took me to see 2001: A Space Odyssey on 70 mil, which was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
It's amazing, dude.
I thought you went.
It makes a huge difference.
No.
You didn't go?
No.
But then
I didn't go either. Jesus Christ, man.
But the movie I do want to talk about that we did see in 70 mil was Napoleon.
Yes.
Oh
Don't
my
spoil
god. Okay.
What do you mean? It's history. You know what happens.
Okay.
We
just can't.
I know he gets banished.
You can't tell. Like. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So this movie's really interesting in the sense that, like, first of all, it's very much an encapsulation of Napoleon's kind of military career as well as his personal life within that time frame. Granted, yeah, it is a long movie, but my god, like this movie could be way longer. Like
honestly,
honestly,
there's a 4-hour.
there is a
somewhere,
there's
and
supposed.
I want to watch.
I
it
would
so
love.
Bad.
I've seen the 5-hour one, the 1920s.
Yeah, the one from the 20s is one of my favorite movies ever made.
Yeah.
Like it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm really curious, but like the thing that really elevates this movie for me, and I think this is just kind of, and this was very much Ridley's direction, was that the movie focuses more on the relationship between Napoleon and his wife Josephine.
Yeah.
And that kind of like relationship, because like, yes, this guy is a tyrant, he's an emperor, he's like a murderer and all that, but he's also, dude's a cuck, big time cuck. Like,
he's a cuck, but he's a loser.
Yeah,
He's
like,
such
dude,
a loser.
but
Oh
also
my
this
God.
movie is like hilarious too.
Yes.
Like it's, there's all this violence, there's all this like big action, there's all this politics going on behind the scenes and just all this stuff. But then behind it, there's like Joaquin is playing so many scenes.
He's so pathetic.
It's laughable. And I love that. It's so well done.
Joaquin is so good at playing a pathetic man.
This year has been the year of Joaquin playing characters who really just need nut.
They just need to nut.
Yeah, Beau's Afraid and Napoleon.
But like
Joker 2 is gonna be crazy.
I've seen this movie twice.
Back to back.
I watched it back to back. And the first time I liked it, but the second time we saw it the newly remodeled Vista Theater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous theater.
It might be my favorite like theater in LA. I'm not gonna lie. It reminds me of, let's see, if you live in Portland, the Hollywood Theater, that theater is amazing. Or if you live in Chicago, the Music Box Theater, very similar. Those are like 3 of my favorite theaters of all time, and the Vista is no different. It's very old Hollywood, There's like like the inside of the theater is designed so cool. There's like curtains and statues,
Lights on like the faces of like the models on the wall.
And the seats are comfy. It is one of the best like theaters for sound.
Yes, the sound was
the
excellent.
sound was amazing. Like when there was like
a Dolby Theater? Better than a Dolby Theater.
I would
Low-key might be better.
I would say better than a Dolby Theater, because like when those cannons went
Bro,
off, my ass was shaking.
No, dude, seriously. Damn near 4D.
Damn near 40. Like my cheeks were clapping, and it wasn't on my own. Like I was
Napoleon. How dare you?
Yeah.
He needed to fuck, but he fucked with you.
Now I want to say that.
Hey,
I would not say that, but yeah, wonderful film. It made me love it all the more.
Yeah, Brandon, I think you get a kick out of it.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm really anticipating. It's just that we want to watch it in IMAX. So yeah, we're gonna find that.
Is it still playing in IMAX?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's not much that's coming out.
No, yeah, there's not really. Yeah, it's a
except Wonka.
What's coming out? What takes IMAX next?
And
Aquaman
and Wonka probably.
Have you guys been hearing about Wonka? Apparently it's
really good. Apparently Chalamet is amazing.
Apparally it's a really good movie.
Yeah, Evelyn's excited for that movie.
It's blowing my mind because those trailers are like
ass.
Those trailers have been like, they've been killing me every time I see them.
I love the musical angle. I think that's great to bring it back to the roots of the original Willy Wonka. But my concern was his performance just looks so camp and not in a good way. Like I love camp. I love Doctor Who.
It reminded me of the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah. But it's done by the guy who did the Paddington movie.
Exactly. And then that didn't feel like I couldn't feel that.
What if it gets nominated for Best Picture?
No way.
Wonka? No way.
Well, if Barbie can do it.
That's true. Well, who knows? We'll have to see the movie.
We'll see.
Watch it be like a hit with everyone.
That's coming out.
That's going to be our Bohemian Rhapsody this year, but not in a bad way necessarily.
You know what movie I'm so excited to come out, but it's not playing in IMAX screens anymore?
What?
Godzilla -1.
I'm seeing it tomorrow.
I'm seeing it on Saturday. I'm seeing it Saturday morning, and people are saying it's
the best Godzilla.
It's good.
People are saying it's not only the best Godzilla movie; it's one of the best movies of the year. And I'm like,
how can it? And he's a big Godzilla.
And I'm a big. I like.
He got the Criterion Showa.
He has the Showa Criterion.
I got the Showas. I got all the monsters. I love the MonsterVerse films. Like even Godzilla vs Kong, Godzilla King of the Monsters. People trash those.
Can I
films.
say something?
Yeah.
She's never seen a Godzilla movie. Not even an American one.
You should watch the first one.
First one's really good. First one is really fun.
They're wonderful films. Literally the 1954 one. I think it's one of the most important films ever made.
Oh, it is.
Because
It's a very
I think it's
important
one of
movie.
the earliest instances of science fiction cinema used as allegory
For something
for
horrendous.
yeah, and not in an offensive way either. You know, I feel like science fiction often has been told as allegories before that film came out, but you could see a lot of
Metropolis.
No, yeah, I'm okay. Metropolis is one, but that's not really an allegory for anything. I'm talking more about like King Kong.
Oh yeah,
I feel like there's a lot of sus stuff behind the allegory of King Kong. You know,
and it's not that good. So
yeah, actually, it's a great movie,
no,
but
it's not.
it's pretty good. But Godzilla, 1954, the sound.
Yeah, the sound is awful in that movie.
Where did you watch it?
On my TV.
Oh, movies 1, 2, 3.
I watched it on my TV, and also I just think the plot is so formulaic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The effects are impressive. I'll give you that.
That's true. I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun adventure film that you can't really. That once you dig deeper into it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is problematic. But for a 1933 film, it's great. But Godzilla, that shit will hold the test of time.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's really good. If anyone
Worth the
ever wants to watch Godzilla films, I would say watch that and then watch Shin Godzilla.
Which
Shin
I
Godzilla is
have
really
on
good.
Blu-ray. Also, really
Me
great
too.
movie.
Do I have it on 4K?
No,
No, it's just the Blu-ray's black, so I always like.
you always
it's
think
4K.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
We're inching towards Joey. How much time are we in right now?
A little over an hour.
Okay,
Oh, perfect.
maybe we should start wrapping it up. I was thinking maybe a
Salt
nice way
burn.
to wrap it up is maybe should we just mention a couple movie or two that you're excited for the rest of the
For
year?
the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Sure.
Since
Yeah.
we're just kind of talking about movies this year.
Do you want to throw out
Sure.
some?
The movies I'm most excited for the rest of the year. I'm excited to go see Poor Things.
Oh yeah.
Anyone But You is kind of a guilty pleasure. Aquaman, just because
Yes.
Ethan and I.
Yes, man.
The Lost
And
Kingdom.
last but not least, this is like my potential like artsy movie that might capture my heart is All of Us Strangers. That trailer looks really fucking good.
Oh, okay.
Ethan?
I'm looking forward. Like I said, Godzilla -1 is my top right now. Then I'm excited to see Boy and the Heron again.
Shut
I'm
See
seeing
it
on
twice
I saw it
I'm
too.
seeing it on Monday with Milos, and I can't wait to know what the fuck they're saying.
Um,
Then I can't wait to see Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I am gonna get so blazed for that movie. We're gonna buy so much popcorn. It's gonna be great. I can't wait to see American Fiction.
Yeah,
That one I'm
that looks
really
fun.
looking forward to.
Looks a little green booky.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's bad. I'm just
And then there's one more. I mean, Poor Things.
Ferrari.
Ferrari, yeah. I'm kind of
like passively excited for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't go crazy over Michael Mann like other people do. Like I love Thief.
I also agree with
I love Thief. I like
I don't think
like
I've seen a
Heat.
Michael Mann movie before.
I don't think he's like what I don't think
he's got great sound.
I don't think he's
mixers.
an all timer. I just think he's a good director. You know. But yeah.
Yeah.
What
You,
about
Brandon, what are you looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Migration.
My God, dude, I'm excited for that.
I mean,
That's like a
obviously,
Brandon, we gotta go see that together. Let's go see That's like a small foot level movie for you and me.
Let's go
I gotta
migrate
go
to the
with her.
theater.
But
Well, she can come.
well, hey, let's maybe that could be the double date.
Double date.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring Ange. There you go.
Napoleon, obviously, because
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Poor Things.
When are you seeing Boy and the Heron?
I'm seeing it whenever, probably next week,
Okay.
because it's coming out down there on Wednesday.
I would like to talk about it on the next episode of Stacked before we do whatever we do.
Silent Night. I'm seeing tomorrow.
Oh,
That John Woo
that movie does look fun.
I love modern John Woo. He hasn't made many American movies lately,
He has not.
so let's see what happens.
Our teacher Katie hated it though.
Really?
Your professor Katie Walsh,
It's a bummer.
she hated that movie.
Well,
That's a bummer. But I still want to see it.
The Zone of Interest.
Oh, I've heard good things
Yeah.
about that.
I've heard it's pretty devastating, so hey, that's good.
That's the next movie playing the Vista. They're doing 70mm.
Really?
Out of interest.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Oh.
If you wanna
that might be the one.
The Iron Claw. Any of you guys interested?
I'm
in
excited
I'm
to see
just
that.
curious.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I want to see it. No. Brandon's
What
like
el-
boxing.
what
I'm
else
gonna
is
watch it, but that's probably
Oh,
it. Like
Maestro. I want to see Maestro.
I'm not really though.
I just want to see it because
Yeah.
it's Spielberg, Scorsese producing, Cooper directing, which you know how I feel about Star Is Born. But yeah,
I hate to
I'm
say
just-
it,
yeah.
but this year my buzz at times for movies has been killed by the strike.
Oh yeah,
Because I feel like the year feels less full because there were less movies that came out, and that's why I'm mad at the studios because they prolonged it for so long. But it killed my buzz because I'm looking forward to so many of these movies, and then
everything got pushed.
Yeah, everything got pushed.
But
Like
it's,
Dune.
But 2024 is looking nice.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can take in.
We'll do an
solace.
episode on
Most
2024.
anticipated.
Yeah, we'll talk more about 2023
We'll do
too.
one of those, but
But yeah, I'm very little amount, but I'm very excited about that little amount.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna try to rewatch or watch shitty movies on purpose.
I can't believe it's December already.
I mean, this year's
Tomorrow's December.
to be fair, to me,
To you.
this year feels like it's not a year that has gone by quickly.
Yeah.
It's a year that has gone by in a way that I feel like I'm digesting it really nicely.
Yeah, it's paced exactly as it is.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
and that's good.
Yeah,
because often years just pass me by.
Yeah.
Now years.
This has been the longest year of my life. I'm not gonna lie, but
in a bad way.
Mixture.
in a crazy way, I would say, in a spooky way, but also a fun way.
the Halloween-a-thon's over.
It's Christmas.
I'm ready for this shit to
Alright.
be over. I'm ready for this episode to be over and for this year to be over. But yeah,
All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll be back a bit more regularly moving forward.
yes.
Bear with us. Schedules get crazy, but we'll try and be a bit more regular about it. But for the time being, thank you.
Thank you all so much for listening. For whoever is still sticking around when this comes out, we'll see.
I hope McKnight is still there. Slim
Alex,
Dave, where are
Alex,
you? Slim
Evan,
Dave, you're still on Letterboxd,
Alex,
so you better be
Evan,
listening.
Milo, our
My
biggest
mom,
fan, Chris's mom, my mom,
Brand's dad,
Brandon's dad, Joey,
Ange.
Evelyn.
Ange,
Evelyn.
Evelyn. I'm so glad I can name all of our fans on both my hands.
Yep. No more, no less.
But hey, maybe you can leave us a comment below. I think Skittles listens to us. One of my old friends from Twitter. I don't have Twitter anymore, but let us know in the comments if you listen regularly. I just want to know, just for my own ego. I'm just kidding. I just want to know. I'm just curious. Don't grab the microphone, you
I was
idiot.
gonna do a joke.
All right,
man.
We-
Set
no.
us off with a joke.
we are gonna end this episode with a classic Brandon gag. So let's hear it, man.
All right.
What's it gonna be?
And action.
Start the movie.
What?
That's it.
Lord have mercy.